with
Let's
what I
hear
mean?
from Larry Ward today out there. From Larry Ward, rookie Larry Ward.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Larry Ward, linebacker, undrafted rookie.
Oh, Larry, yeah, Larry. Larry just continued to get better, man. I've loved what I've seen from Larry from the moment he came onto the team. You know, you expect rookies to come in and bring great energy, and I think he's done that. And he's continued to get better at playing the position. I know he has a safety background, but learning how to stack off the ball, linebacker, using his hands, getting on and off blocks, being a physical player. You know, I think he's done a great job.
All right, so Kyle said that, Jed's arrest had no effect on the team and the field. I mean, it's impossible to ignore and not see what's going on. So what's been the talk in the locker room among you guys about Jed? And you've obviously known him for so long. So what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, I mean, Cam, we're all aware, right? I think we all have social media, so we see things. But at the same time, I got a lot of love, a lot of respect for Jed, and don't feel the need to comment on the situation. I think the team is kind of the same way. Like it really wasn't a conversation being had in the locker room. Of course, yeah, you notice it, but at the same time, we're so hyper-focused in this building of trying to prepare for week one. A lot of guys are on the bubble trying to make the team. So, we're just trying to get better as a football team and letting that it's a personal situation, letting it stay personal with him.
You obviously had Kyle's accident at the beginning, the start of camp. You have this. I know they're not the same thing at all. They're not the football team. But does it just hit you like there's a lot of stuff been going on outside this team this last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really put that together until you just spoke on it, because if I'm being so honest about it, training camp is a beast in itself when it comes to just football and preparing yourself for what a 17-game season entails. Kyle's done a tremendous job of recovering and being present for us as the head coach, and it's been a seamless transition for what he went through. We're so, like I said again, like we're so hyper focused on what we got to do on the field, that kind of stuff that may get there's different narratives and things that are talked about, maybe whether it's social media or amongst you guys and everything, or amongst the fans. In here in this building, it truly is all about football and trying to make sure we have the best product on the field for everybody, right? For ourselves and for everybody that's counting on us. So, I mean, that truly hasn't really been a thought in my mind or the rest of the team, I'd say.
Through the spring and even early in camp, when you were asked how different you think the defense is going to look this year, I think you've said we'll see. Mm-hmm. Now that you've been through basically all of camp here, how different do you think things are going to look on that side of the ball this year?
Yeah, I mean, it is going to look a little different. We do have similarities as well of things that we've run in the past, so it's just really a blend of putting those things together and running them as seamlessly as possible. The thing that will always remain the same is the style of play. I always talk about, right, the speed, the physicality, the energy that we bring, with little wrinkles here and there as to what we'll run in the season. But it is a blend at the end of the day. So I guess we'll have to see week one what that looks like.
Is it enough difference for you that this camp has been a little more challenging in some ways, just in terms of the things you need to be aware of, getting guys lined up, things like that?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that part's always come to me pretty naturally. And like I said, there is a lot of stuff that I've already done in the past that we're still doing. And so for me, it was honestly just getting back to form, having not played football in a long time, which that happened pretty quickly for me. And just continuing to get reps.
You and Brock have been chirping back and forth for years now. We noticed it the other day. Brock was particularly loud.
Could hear everything, huh?
Is that the most animated you've seen him? And is it more so this year? I mean, has it been growing year to year with him?
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's been a growth, and I love Brock with all my heart. I love everything that he's about, the competitor that he is. The confidence that he exudes now to send it back to me, as long as I'm a far enough distance away and can't retaliate. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's great. At the end of the day, for me personally, I'm trying to create an environment that is as game-like as possible, right? And Brock's the same way. I think when him and I are going like that, and I'm chirping at him, I'm chirping at the offense all day, and they're sick and tired of it, and they finally get me, and you got the whole offense cheering because, they got me or something like that, and we're on the 500th day of training camp, and that kind of energy is out there. It's like, man, you're doing something right? So I think that's what every building around the league is trying to search for at this point in camp, where it is kind of a lull of guys, on the bubble trying to make it. There's a third preseason game coming up versus, guys who are truly trying to get better for week one. And it's like, how can you breed an environment of competition to where everybody's getting better at the end of the day? And so that's what it truly is all about.
I know you don't have a lot of interactions with Mac Jones just because you're on a different unit, but how is he in the chirping department?
I mean, you know Mac Jones. He got plenty to say, so he's not lacking in things to say. But at the end of the day, man, they're out there trying to play the position better than anybody. I think the talking and all that gets kind of lost, and that part is not as important as actually executing and doing your job.
Training camp, you guys have kind of made it in a few weeks. Have you seen a growing of comfortability in Raheem's new system on the defense when it comes to the younger guys, when it comes to you guys all learning this new defense, and if so, how?
Yeah, I mean it's a constant process of finding mastery, right, at what you do. And, whether it's a new system, whether it's a new DC, which we've dealt with, over the past, 5 seasons, it's just a constant, just everybody's starting to really familiarize themselves with each other through the process. And, I've talked about it won't be a finished product come week one, right? We're going to have to try to find what's the best product that we can put on the field to win against the Rams. But it'll be a continual process of trying to figure out how to be the best defense for our team to ultimately win games.
Fred, yesterday you guys traded for Deion Jones, and I was just looking at some of his numbers. He's only 31. He's had 5 seasons of the 100 tackles. He's a former Pro Bowler. Have you had a chance to talk to him? What do you think of that addition?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I've admired Deion's game for a long time. He came out in 2016 and flashed onto the scene pretty quickly over in Atlanta. I think he has like 5 career pick sixes. They ran our cover 3 scheme. So early on, my younger days of, trying to learn the system, we saw a lot of Atlanta's tape, and I watched him a lot. Like you said, Pro Bowler, has been around it, has great perspective for the room. And, I really like the addition. I think he'll help us.